Fohrenwald, and we are so happy that you are coming and give us the honor for this special event. I know that it was not easy for you to come back to Germany after all what has happened, and we appreciate it very, very much that we know that you are on our side. So, it's always, the whole program, the whole project is, there are so many horrible things, but also so many lovely things. There's hope and there's desperation, there are tears and there are laughing. And all together comes together and has its place on earth. So, when we began with our society, the reason was that the politicians wanted to destroy this place. There should be built new buildings like behind in order to refinance a schoolhouse, and so they wanted to throw away all these buildings. And if you look around here, that's the old structure of Fohrenwald. You will know it better than we. Yeah, these are the old houses, naturally not with old colors and old dirty colors, and now with flowers and trees, etc. But that's old Fohrenwald here. And here the BADEHAUSE was always the heart, the center and independence place of the whole Städte. Yeah? Yes. And therefore we decided that we want to fight for this place and for this house, because it was one of the very few common houses who were standing so far. The private houses, they have new owners, new private owners, but the common houses, that was something very special. And so we began to found the society, and and the whole project began. Now we want to introduce. I want to introduce die Übersetzerin because her English is far better than mine. Elisabeth Voigt is also one member of our group, and she will translate now the special things from the history. For me, it's better to say it in German than in English. So,
well, I think her English is pretty good. I don't think she really needs me.
So, dann kommen Sie rein und seien Sie herzlich willkommen. Fohrenwald, die Zeit der NS-Zeit mit den Zwangsarbeitern. Das sind hier ukrainische Zwangsarbeiter, die zum Arbeiten
that are represented in the whole building here. This was the era of the forced laborers. These were people deported from the Ukraine who were forced to work here in the munition factories. And now the picture in the middle presents the square where we just stood. You know, it was taken right here outside, and this shows the area of the displaced persons camp that some of you know from their own experience as children, as I heard. And the last picture shows the era that came afterwards. That was the mainly Catholic homeland expellees from mainly the eastern parts of former Greater Germany.
We have the structural history of this place we want to show, and then under the roof, the personal history. And our history of Fohrenwald begins with the Nazi times. Yeah? At that time, this whole place, Fohrenwald, was built, was erected. Before it was just forest, just trees. And they built there two big munition factories in the middle of this dark forest. And you see here pictures and documents, and Actually, there shouldn't be any pictures and documents because it was strongly forbidden at those times to make a picture of the situation. Because for the people here, they told them it's a chocolate factory who is erected. Yeah, it was top secret, and those pictures and documents we have at the end, we were really happy that we could find them from all over the world, not only from our archives, and also international archives gave us these pictures and documents. These boxes, yeah, were originally munition boxes of the factories there, and inside you see what we could find and nowadays. The structure of this room, I can't explain every photo, every document to you. I will just give you a short impression. On this side are the German workers who also lived here in Fohrenwald, was erected especially for the German workers of the munition factories. And in the corner, this man here, this was the major of Wolfratshausen at that time. And you can see he resembles his another man who is standing on his left. This is the only picture of Adolf Hitler where he came for the first time to see the building ground for the munition factories. And that's our layer. And I want to show you a very special film document, very rare, very seldom, because you just have to look a little bit from the top, because it's during the Nazi time, Wolfratshausen people, that's the main place of Wolfratshausen, where the Humpelbräu is in the Roman Catholic Church. And this film document was for years and years hidden away, and they gave us for this place of remembrance. And we want to show you that not only Hitler or the major of Wolfratshausen were the bad and made everything. It was, in fact, the whole population who was standing behind them. There were some exceptions, some important exceptions, but the whole of it was the German population going in Reihe und Glied,
one after the other,
and following, marching behind the National Socialist Party. And here the forced labor workers on the other side.
War took place right here in Wolfratshausen. The Todesmarsch, so-called Todesmarsch, in English translated Death March, of the inhabitants of concentration camp Dachau. These people were evacuated, excuse me for my bad English, in the end of April 1945, when American army was near to come to Dachau, so the German SS evacuated these the people, the inhabitants of concentration camp, and forced them to walk in the south, in the Alps. This was the plan. There were different routes, and one route was also through Wolfratshausen, and at the end of April 1945 they were liberated right here in Wolfratshausen. So this is a model of a monument, about 20 monuments of the Death March, which are erected all the place here in the south of Munich where these routes were, and one of these models is also in the exhibition of Yad Vashem. This is a very important monument to remember this story, and they were erected 30 years ago right here in Upper Bavaria. Yeah, it was terrible. These were people, survivors of the Holocaust, of the Shoah, politische Gefangene.
Political prisoners.
Yeah, political prisoners. Resistance also, like this group of Netherlands women, they were in resistance in Netherlands and were imprisoned, also in the concentration camp Ravensbrück in the north of Germany, then in Munich, in a little camp of Dachau right in Munich, in a factory where they were forced to produce little parts for bombs and things for war. And these women were also liberated right in Wolfratshausen and came for one of the first groups of persons to the right, to the very new camp of Fohrenwald, the new DP camp of Fohrenwald. But it wasn't only for Jews from the beginning. There were people from resistance, labor force workers, which were worked in Geretsried in the munition factory, but also, of course, survivors of the Holocaust, and which, what was very terrible, some people, sometimes also people of VSS, which thought they could hide in these camps right beside the
survivors.
Yeah, the survivors. This was a terrible situation, of course. And it's very interesting that also General Patton and General Eisenhower visited many camps, Camp Felderfing, Landsberg, but also Fohrenwald, and he made, er absolvierte die Besuche, oder er machte die Besuche.
He paid visits.
Yeah, he paid visits because he heard of the bad conditions for the Jews, and President Truman sent to Germany Earl G. Harrison, a refugee coordinator. He visited many camps and saw, no, this is terrible. We
we don't treat the Jews any better than the Germans did before.
But with the difference that we don't kill them. So it was really a terrible conditions. And now you will hear what happened, what General Eisenhower decided from my colleague Eva Greif.
Also ich bräuchte jetzt eine Übersetzung. Sie betreten jetzt die dritte Zeitschicht, die von 1945 bis 1957 hier in Fohrenwald stattfand.
Now we are entering the third layer of time that took place from
1945
to 57.
Okay. Fohrenwald wurde am 3. Oktober zum drittgrößten jüdischen Lager in Bayern, in der amerikanischen Zone, neben Felderfing und Landsberg.
On the 3rd of October 1945, Fohrenwald became the third largest DP camp next to Landsberg.
Im Dezember 1945 lebten über 4.600 Menschen hier und im September 1946 bereits 6.000.
In December 1945 there were about 4,600, but next year already 6,000 people who live here.
Und wir haben unsere Ausstellung hier in diesem Raum so konzipiert, das ist die Anfangszeit.
And the design of the exhibition is that we start here with the beginning of the camp.
Es war sehr schwierig, es gab viele psychische und physische Erkrankungen, die Versorgungslage war sehr, sehr schlecht.
So there was a very difficult time because there were so many people that suffer from illnesses, mental and physical illnesses, and also the supply for all these people was not secured all the time.
Und Unterstützung bekamen die DPs von internationalen Hilfsorganisationen, zum Beispiel der UNRWA.
So there was support coming from international organizations like the United Nations Refugees Association.
Hoffnung gaben Kinder. Man wollte überleben, man musste weitermachen und von daher wollte man so schnell wie möglich eine Familie gründen. Und es gab in Fohrenwald eine der höchsten Geburtenraten in den jüdischen Gemeinden. Fohrenwald wurde zum Zentrum für Kinder und Jugendliche erklärt.
So in Fohrenwald, new hope came up, especially through children. Many children were born here, and that was the highest birth rate in all these camps was in Fohrenwald here.
Und das ist ein... Und das ist eines der ersten Fohrenwald-Babys, Chaim Shalom Dov. Und für die Eltern war das ganz was Besonderes. Sie hatten ihren ersten Sohn durch die SS verloren.
Well, this was the first baby here, even in 1945. And this baby was called Chaim Shalom Dov. And Shalom was the name of their first son, who was killed by the SS. So it was a new hope for them, and therefore they gave this name Shalom again to their second child.
Für die Kinder gab es Kindergärten, es gab Schulen, es gab Theater, Vorführungen oder sie konnten selbst Theater spielen.
So there was many things were done, especially for children. There were kindergarten and schools, and there were theater plays, especially for children.
Für die Erwachsenen gab es eine Art Berufsschule in this building.
And there was a kind of vocational school for adult people.
Die Menschen waren, das wissen Sie besser als ich, die Menschen waren traumatisiert und mussten weiterleben und wollten weiterleben und genau jetzt auch. Es gab Möglichkeiten, sich den Alltag zu bestehen, und da gab es zum Beispiel ein Kino, und in diesem Kinovorraum gab es einen Kiosk mit Süßigkeiten und Getränken, und der kleine Knabe neben seinem Vater ist unser Zeitzeuge Maja Tschankofer, den ich schon sehr lange kenne und der mir sehr viele Ratschläge, Tipps gegeben hat, diese Zeit auch zu verstehen.
So there were so many people traumatized, of course, and they needed to live on and also to manage their daily life. And there were many activities where people could divert from their bad memories. And for instance, there was a cinema, and in the cinema, part of the cinema was a kiosk where you could buy special sweet things and so on. And there was a father who ran this kiosk and his son.
Es wurde Fußball gespielt, es gab Theatervorführungen, es gab eine eigene Zeitung, Bar mit Bar, auf Jiddisch.
Soccer, of course, they had theater plays also for adults, and they had their own newspaper.
Es gab Lebensmittelläden.
So there were grocery shops.
Und einige Exponate, die wir in Waldramer Häusern gefunden
So
haben.
there were a few exhibits which were found here in the houses in Waldram.
Also wir stehen hier unter den Bäumen der Erinnerung.
We're standing here under the trees of remembrance.
Und also ich bin ganz berührt und freue mich sehr, dass bei Ihnen allen, dass Sie Ihren Namen finden und dass sozusagen die Idee hinter diesem Stockwerk bei Ihnen so gut ankommt.
I'm very touched that you have found names and pictures of your family. You didn't cry, but I was also a bit my idea of this room to have all the names really written on the wall with the pictures,
And so I'm deeply touched that you have such feelings and emotions for this room.
Die Idee ist, die Geschichten, so, the idea is to tell the stories of the people who lived here, yeah? And not to tell the story of, not only to tell the story as it is in the down floor of Fohrenwald, of the whole camp, but to have the personal stories of the people who lived here, yeah? And to give them a place to remember, to give them a place where visitors can look into the biographies and can learn about life, how it was in the camps. You know? And we have got trees for each time period here, and we've got also one tree for the DP time. And I'm just going to quickly show you how we do these biographies. Yeah? And the idea is to continuously add names and biographies to this floor. We're going to add names, and the names you see now is just the names we got now, and from those people we've got material, we've got pictures, we've got documents, but we want to add it. Yeah, we want to continuously add also this Photoshop. Let me quickly show you one biography in here. How we do it. And I'm sure one day your biography will also be in here. Okay.
Das sind aber mehr.
Unterste Zeile.
In der Teeküche.
Excuse me, I have problems with the microphone. Okay.
Und Jonathan hat jetzt reingekommen. Das heißt, die erste kommt kein Buch.
Okay, yeah, okay. So many people. Okay. Maybe you've heard about Shoshana Bell. Yeah. She's from Israel and she's going to come tomorrow. You must know her when you're from Israel. Yeah? She organized it. And Shoshana Bell, she was born in 1946 in Fohrenwald in the dispersion camp. And she was called Blanca Hellmann when she was born here. Yeah? And we're showing pictures of her now and then. And we show I'm going to quickly do it. We show family trees. We've got family trees. We've got videos. I'm going to show you one in a minute. And we've got maps where you can see the route the family took from Poland over Hungary, over Fohrenwald to the US and also to Israel. And the idea is that I've got plenty of material of you people, and we're continuously working on it to get your biographies, if you want to, also into here, so people can experience your life and also your life at Fohrenwald. Let me quickly show you a video from Shoshana when she was...
My mother was safe with most of her family because her father, they were quite wealthy, the parents. They owned a flour mill, and her father worked with the Polish people, and the Russians came into their area first, and so they were